You know what time it is. It's Illuvinews time. Illuvitalks was back this week. The Illuvian Showcase was back also, plus everything to do with the Illuvitars and whatever else happened. But let's get into it. There wasn't too many things that got dropped today, but the Illuvium Showcase was an absolute banger. 4.4 thousand people have already watched it. It does go for an hour and a half, so sit down, relax, and strap in. But he was running around some new levels, as you can see here. Look how tall this is. You get the It's amazing. Bubbles floating off everywhere. Look how fucking amazing that is. And it's not even close to done. Well, it's fairly close, but there's still a lot to implement. And then this is bonkers. I didn't think I was going to like this region very much. But now Abyssal Basin is absolutely popping. Like, it is so dark and ominous. And the purples and yellows that light it up just look fucking fantastic. And I think everyone has to agree with that. And then if we go on right to the end here, Shard Bluff, it's still in a block out. It's still in a block out. Lots to go. But, fuck it. It's absolutely unfathomable how big these regions are. Literally. It is fucking huge. That's just a little quick snippet of the showcase, that guys. If you haven't watched it, go and have a look. There's so much that got dropped in that. The Illuvitalks, I just literally watched this about an hour ago. 1.4 thousand of you guys have watched it already. It is a great chat with this guy, Vic. Didn't know him before the chat, but they really dive deep into AI and regulation and next-gen games and where gaming is going in the future. It's a really good watch. Obviously, AI is fucking dominating everything right now. People are using it for nearly anything, except for maybe my job as an electrician. I don't think that could get taken over by AI. But let's not think about that for too long. And then I've got one really fun one that Artemis dropped the other day. Love or Bust. It is fucking hilarious. TSG, Vetamore, Scoriox, and the face of Illuvium are all in this. Even Modern Lava has a little bit of a drop in, which is funny. If you want to put a bit of a lighter note on Illuvium, this is where to go. And it says that it's episode 1. I can't wait to see who would be in episode 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many is going to happen, but it seems like it's been taken so well by the people who've watched it, and only 170 people have watched it. Guys, if you have not watched this, go and watch it. It's fucking hilarious. Seriously, it is hilarious. TSG is over the top, but that is him. Or her, should I say. That's it for the videos right now, but we'll head over to what I found on Discord from Aaron this week. So with the Discord messages that I find, I put in Aaron, Kieran, Grant, Johnny, maybe a few others, and I just search for the week prior and try and pick out anything that I feel is worth viewing. Kieran didn't write much this week. Grant only posted really in the Leaks channel, so we'll go through that soon. Aaron didn't post too much either. So we've only got a couple of slides, but there's some really cool stuff in here. Aaron's just talking about the fact when you're shooting the wakes, he's like, are you guys already shaking when you're shooting those wakes? Tabaluga.eth, what the fuck is this true? All the anger and tears for nothing without him noticing. We have plans for dialogue in these situations. The ranger will say things like, I'm just saving you for later, etc. So if you miss the wake, there's going to be some things that they say, like at the moment when you shoot the wake, she says something, I can't remember what it is right now, but they want to add in a lot more dialogue, which is obviously the way that all games are going to go. You've got to be a bit more immersive, and like she's actually trying to talk to you. And he's touching on there, I'm just saving you for later. He's hitting at the point that wakes don't just disappear, they respawn somewhere else in the map. So if you miss a wake, it'll come up somewhere else in the map. You just have to go and find it. This was confirmed in another message a bit later that I didn't screenshot, but it did happen. So we've got a bit of a long one. I'll just skim through it really fast, but it's about the drop wakes of Illuvitars. He's not sure if it's a good idea. Obviously, it has to get asked to the council to see what level of knowledge they want to divulge into the community, but the way that it usually works is communities will reverse engineer everything that they have done and get a rough estimate as to what the percentage of drop weights are. It does seem like a lot of games now do give you the percentages, because then some states classify it as gambling if you're putting your money in and you're getting a percentage out. The more information about drop rates and all the other stuff that could come along with Illuvitars, the less chance that they get picked up by governing bodies and put this under a gambling act or something like that, and then that just gives less chance for people to have access to the game and the Illuvitars. And question 2, why are we priced in ETH? Because the DAO is global. If it's in US dollars, that doesn't really apply to me. I'm in Australian dollars, so then I've got to convert it twice, 3 times, you know. ETH is global. It's a network we're on. They're building law around ETH. ETH is the global currency. If you peg it to that, everyone only needs to do the one translation from Australian dollars into that or US into that. It's obviously everything's going to fluctuate no matter what you do. You can't just price it in Australian dollars and then hope that everyone is in Australia. It doesn't work like that. ETH, I feel like, is the closest to it. I agree here. So, Scrub It Up, Dad, what's the definition of a rare now? Anything that's not a tier 0, anything that's a tier 3. So, just trying to get a clarification on what the rare standard is going to be. So, a power rating of 879 or higher is going to be a rare card. Power starts at 39 and goes up exponentially. The max is 3,199. That is just for the based portrait. And then on top of that, you add your accessories and it can go over 9,000. At the bottom here, they reduce the power by 1, so the highest is 9,999. Therefore, the UI is easier since we don't need to worry about 5 digits. It's only the 4 digits. Most games do that, so then it's not 10,000. It's 99999. That one number less means they can make the numbers and words and everything bigger. It seems very small to take that one out, but it just looks better. So the power is a product of the following: the tier, the stage, the expression rarity, the finished and background tier and stage. So the accessories are then multipliers on top of that. So if you get a powerful one, then you want to going to get rare accessories for it. As you can see, accessories are very high powered since they can add 150% more power to your Illuvitar. So if you have a look at that, 150% more power means there is 5 accessory slots, meaning a 30% boost seems like the max that you could get from any accessory. Obviously, there is so much talk about Illuvitars because it is so close on the horizon and everyone wants to delve in and really get the most out of it. It's finally all falling into place in my brain, the power rating and everything, and how the album and collection sets are going to work, and why are you going to accessorize your Illuvial. And it's more about finding those rare accessories to really boost your higher ones as much as possible. Obviously, your lower ones, you can throw whatever on them because they're not going to get you high power anyway. Whereas if you get your 3,199 and then add 5 fully max powered accessories onto it, you're going to get more out of that than if you put it on to a 39. Simple math. So that's everything from here. We're going to head over to the Leaks Discord right now. Alright guys, really quick one. If you do not have access to beta, write in the comments down below. Hit me in the Discord. I've got 10 to give away. If we get more than 10, then we'll do a little bit of a raffle or something like that. But if we don't, then maybe you're just lucky enough that you get beta at the end of the month. So let me know, hit those comments down below. And these links NFTs are getting out of hand. Well, all of the NFTs are getting out of hand, to be honest. These fucking look fantastic. Even look at that eye there. The third eye activated. They are just so majestic. I think we looked at this last week, but can always look at these again. Even Laura. Everything is so polished and clean. The eyes have depth. Flowers move as they breathe, the tail wags. Like, Grant talks about this in the showcase, that the more that you look at them, the more that you pick out, and you notice that their neck doesn't go in and out when they breathe. Like, it feels like the smallest of things, but people will notice them, and that is the depth that Illuvium is going for with all their NFTs. We keep going down. Goliath here. So this is, I believe, what you're going to see in-game. So you can turn it on and off. So when you hover over your card, this will start its motion. You can turn it off. Obviously, if your computer can't handle it or you want to save data or whatever for some reason, you can turn it off. But I fucking love this. If I'm there playing my card game or playing Illuvium Arena and I'm seeing this on my cards, I'm fucking frothing. I love it. Look at how it breathes. Its neck goes up and down. The feathers shake. These are second to none. I absolutely love it. Everyone that I've seen is frothing on this. Cuculus's eyes still get me. It's really weird, but I kind of understand it. Cucuraf, sorry. Anyway, this is super cool. Starting to get a bit of an effect on the run. So cool. Moving that fast. Love it. Before we get to Twitter, there is this blog that Illuvium released. As always, I'll hit it down in the description down below. It is the full breakdown of what to know about Illuvitalks. If you haven't already, I'll post my video up above right now, where I will talk about the most final proposal that got accepted. But this goes into everything: expressions, background, accessories. It fully delves into everything. It pulls it all apart and tells you what everything is, what you get in everything, and so on and so forth. If you haven't looked into it enough, or you don't know, this is the place to go. Go and have a read. If you have any other questions, hit my comments, hit me on Discord, and I will do my best to help you. Alright, Twitter, here we come. Escape the Pod, episode 3 with Kieran, Zero Dev Julian. Only 186 tuned in. I'm sure a lot more have listened to it since, with 10,000 people seeing this. Great little listen. Illuvium 0 is literally about to restart. That is some news for the future. 21st of February, which is on Tuesday or Monday, depending where you are in the world. Illuvium 0 is going to reset. Make sure you screenshot everything, or do what you need to do to remember. I'm going to have a video before it happens just to make sure you do what you need to do, but get ready to play Illuvium 0 to get those blueprints. Moving on to Illuvium Twitter, introducing albums. This is a quick sneak peek at what the albums look like. This is obviously the set 1 album. This is everything that's in the set 1. This is where you'd lay all of set 1. Once that's complete, as you can see at the top here, collected 24 of 25. Once you have the 25, then you unlock whatever the prize is for collecting all of set 1. So on and so forth as you keep going through. I cannot wait. As you can see here, we've got the leaderboard. Squeaky Puff with 480,640 points. Like, I'm sure there's going to be some whales out there with huge points. But it's obviously also about being smart. As I said before, higher tiered Illuvitalks need to be matched with the highest tier of accessories to get the most bang for your buck. It's all about min-maxing or just having fuck tons of money and buying your way to the top. Grant, obviously these pieces of ore are from Illuvium Overworld, and they are literally making them 3D so they can be in NFTs. 4K, 300 frames for a 10-second animation. Grant, again, a amazing view of Brightland Steps. This is fucking phenomenal. Look how high you are. I cannot wait to get in this one. I really like the look. Actually, who am I kidding? I like them all. We've got a new stance. They've moved him around. Looks a bit better. Eyes are good. Tongue is going. Tail is wagging. Chest is breathing. The date on this file below is June 19, 2021. So what's that? Nearly 2 years ago, they started thinking about Illuvitalks. And look at these fucking flash sunnies he's got going here. I love it. Now we are a few weeks away from the first release of the project. The amount of time and effort spent, if only we did some AI-generated buffaloes collection. That would have been fun. Hey, no, AI is good, but not for this. Illuvitalks. Away from Illuvitalks, but you've got Alex just here showing off one of the bulldozer, I think it's called, walking. Very early stages, obviously, work in progress. It's just a bit of like a block out, but look how smooth all that walking is. That must take an amazing amount of time. But that's all I found for this week. Very small week compared to last, but we did have to catch up on a lot of stuff. If there's anywhere else you'd like me to have a look, always let me know in the comments below. But if you haven't already, watch this video that it posts right here, because that is the best one that is generated for you on my channel right now. I'll see you in a video soon.